Well, no, I guess actually I don't. You know, I kind of pride myself on that. That if it's a jig bite, I can do okay. If it's a trolling bite, I can do okay. If it's structure, I think I can do okay. Is there a preference? I prefer to have hands-on, pitching the jig into the weeds, onto the rocks, feeling that bite, as a lot of guys do. But boy, I'll sure go out there and troll with the best of them too. I mean, I not pat myself on the back, but it's kind of funny that the success I had in this sport with some of the wins I've had, none of the wins have been done the same way. So you got to be willing to change with the conditions. Well, the warranties, there's absolutely the dependability. I'm not just saying that. The power's there. The mid-range is extremely good. But what a guy needs to do is talk to somebody like myself or anybody else that has one. We're more than happy if they want to meet us, go for a ride with it and try it out, because it's very hard to explain. I do not know anybody that has gotten in my boat and went out and bought a different motor than a Verado, unless there was a price point thing and they didn't make one in that size. But right now, that's what they need to do. And that goes with, I don't care, Yamaha, Evinrude, whatever. If that's your passion, at least give Mercury a try and give all the other brands, go run side by side with them. Look at their warranties. Look at how much, talk to the professional tournament trails. You can talk to those people to see if a motor has had problems and where it lies. And that's a good resource there. Well, that's exactly what's going on in the fishing world, at these types of meetings. FinTech came out with a new knuckleball jig jitter, and it's got a lot of flash. It's going to be utilized greatly, like in dirty water conditions, stained, tannic water. Right now, as we speak, I know guys that are out ice fishing and just ripping fish at them. They've got a very erratic pulse and vibration and flash. When you jerk it up fast, she'll flutter down in different directions, going as wounded bait fish. It's just a new spin on the old prop style jigs, which I think is going to be much better because it's more erratic. Every time you move it, it's flashing, and so I'm excited. I have not fished this yet in open water, but I will this spring. This is going to be one of the first things I put on. But ice fishing right now, it is catching lots of fish. Comes in multiple colors, very high metallic colors. So you've got your oranges, your golds, your silvers, your chartreuses, and actually come in a variety of 1/8 ounce all the way up to 3/8 ounce jigs. So very versatile, and I'm pretty excited about it. I use Berkley products pretty much exclusively. I am so anxious to go with, we used the soft plastics a lot last year, and we used the Gulp Alive, and we used the leeches and the crawlers. And there's endless things I'm looking forward to do with them as far as using them without weights. I don't think there's been much talk about that, but I've got a bite in one of the lakes that if we ever go there with a tournament, it's a shallow, weedy, very weedy situation, and I'm looking forward to act like a bass fisherman with some of these larger Gulp products. Well, I guess my most productive has been pretty much vertical jigging. Using the shad, using the imitation shads on the river, the Illinois River, the Detroit River. Up in Dryden last year, we were pitching it into the weed beds as I'm describing.
What size are you talking about?
Well, in the weeds I was using the 3-inch. But when I get in a bigger fish situation like the Detroit River or the Fox River up in Green Bay, I'll use the larger. The larger the better. Yeah, to catch the big fish, I really do. I mean that. Well, I personally have gone away from it. Used to be the lightest the better. We've actually had more success with heavier jigs and having full control no matter what boat's coming. If you're moving around boats, you're not dragging lines. So I use a lot of 3/8 to 1/2 ounce jigs. I mean, I'm not afraid of 1/16 or 1/8 ounce in the weeds if I need be, but on a river situation, I use heavier. You can dump them on the bottom. That's my go-to. I'm using Fireline almost exclusively. I have used 15 to 20 pound fluorocarbon Vanish as a leader. At times it makes a huge difference, at other times it doesn't. So now I went to it. I've caught 50-inch muskies on them up in Dryden, never bit it off, broke it off. Sure, they can bite it up, but they can bite off any line then when they're that big. But no, that's what I do. I use about an 18-inch vanish leader.